Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Host Show. We are your ghost hosts, Wes
and Jenn.
Alright, let's get into this week's news. We all know about the upcoming Avatar Land expansion coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom, but details on another park expansion have come to light. Construction has begun on an expansion to the Africa section, which will be called the Africa Marketplace. Set to open in early 2015, the new additions will double the size of the Africa area, see new merchants and a new quick-service restaurant called Harambe Marketplace, which will serve Africa-inspired food. So this answers my question. When I was walking around the Animal Kingdom just a few weeks ago, I was wondering what all these construction walls were doing there, because I knew it couldn't have been Avatar Land. I just sort of assumed it was for the new nighttime show, which is also coming in the next, so however many months, years, whatever. But obviously it has to do with that, and I did see some of the construction. So I think that's a pretty good idea. I mean, Africa is a pretty popular section of the Disney's Animal Kingdom, because the safari's there, obviously. And I think an expansion would be good. A new quick service restaurant is definitely good for that section. What do you think, Jen?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, maybe one less place birds will be bothering you while you eat.
They don't really bother me too much. It seems like they like you more.
I'm just like Dr. Dolittle. I just attract all kinds of animals.
Yeah, just be careful what kind of animals.
Yeah.
This week saw an update on the Disney Springs project. The Springs bottling company marquee over the upcoming Morimoto Asia restaurant was installed. The interior of the building will pay tribute to the Florida waterfront towns and will showcase the history of Disney Springs. Also, the Waterview stage is now offering nightly entertainment, so be sure to pick up a Times Guide, as well as the West Parking Garage, which is now open. The new pedestrian walkway between Paradiso 37 and Portobello is open as well, and the walkway will fully open for access to the west side later this month.
Yeah, lots and lots of construction going on, as we said in the trip report. Just lots and lots of construction walls in downtown Disney right now. But I'm sure it's going to make Disney Springs that much better. That they're not rushing to get it done.
Well, the parking garage I've seen pictures of, because I know it just opened, a couple days ago now? And
Parking garage, yeah.
Yeah, but it looks cool. They're supposed to have, I know people that frequent downtown Disney, you probably don't have to live this problem, because I don't know if have you ever driven to downtown Disney and had to park?
No.
It is, I can't say what it is on air, but it is not fun. It's really hard. People will follow you to your car, and people, if they watch you get in your car or even be anywhere near your car, whether you're coming or going, if you're even breathing near your car, they're going to assume you're leaving. It's like the mall at Christmas time, but it's like that year round.
Yeah.
But the pictures I've seen of the parking garage, and I haven't been there yet, but I know I've seen from people that have gone, and there's lights above every parking spot, so you can see ahead of time. You can see which spots are open, so that way you're not fighting for a spot. That way you can just keep going if you know there's no open spots. So I like that idea. And they said it's really easy to get in and out of.
I'm definitely looking forward to see how the whole Disney Springs ends up when it's all finished and what it all looks like.
After 2 years of performances, the Mad Tea Party in Disney's California Adventure Park will be headed back to Wonderland. The final performance will take place on November 30th, so be sure to see the White Rabbit DJ, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, one last time. As for what's going to replace it, the official announcement will take place soon. I am placing bets now that it will be something Frozen. It'll probably be Elsa's sing-along.
I don't know. It could be anything, really. But there's a chance it could be. I don't know that it would be that big enough of an area for something like that. You would probably need something bigger.
I'm sure they can make it work.
The Mad Tea Party I did not get to see in person, and I'm not crying about that. I'm so yeah, it was that or Phantasmic, people. What do you think I'm gonna pick? It's Jen. You just were watching some of it on YouTube, and you thought it was a little bit trippy.
Yeah, it was interesting. I described it as watching an Aerosmith concert, but with black lights. The Mad Hatter was dressed like the Johnny Depp version of Mad Hatter, with the red curly hair and the top hat. So it was more like watching Steven Tyler back in like 1970 something in black light. I mean, I love Aerosmith, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It was a little trippy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people out there that love the Mad Tea Party, so they'll have a fit that's leaving, but I don't really care.
Well, like I mentioned, there's bloggers that I know go every week, if not like every time it was offered. I don't know how often it was offered. I know there's bloggers that were there pretty often, so it had a fan base. I know it had a fan base, but I don't know. I kind of wish I got to see it just to experience the whole thing, because now I'm kind of curious about it, but I can't imagine it would be something I saw every week.
Yeah, true. New Frozen trading pins are now available when you purchase a Disney gift card at either Walt Disney World or Disneyland. The gift cards come in 4 different designs: Anna, Elsa, Olaf, and Kristoff, and have a starting balance of $75. So, no cheapskates out there. You also receive a collectible trading pin with the character you choose, and the gift card can be used practically anywhere in Walt Disney World or Disneyland, as well as Disney Cruise Line and more. But that's definitely cool for pin collectors, and you can get your gift card. Disney gift card is a perfect gift for anyone who's going on a trip anytime soon. I literally don't work for Disney, but that would definitely be a good gift for anyone who's going to an expo or something next year.
You're just hinting at your Christmas list.
And plus, I could get an Elsa pin.
This week we also celebrated a birthday. It is the birthday of the one and only Mickey Mouse. He turned 86 and he was created by Walt Disney back in 1928. He looks pretty good for 86, so happy birthday, Mickey Mouse.
He looks a lot better than some of the 86-year-olds I know. But yes, happy birthday from all of us at the Hitchhiking Host Show.
You're not going to sing?
Yeah.
You sing happy birthday for Elsa.
Everyone knows the words.
Like, everyone knows the words. You can just sing it to yourself. Happy birthday.
Now, this week, for our main topic discussion, we're heading over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, and we're going on a Yeti hunt. That's right, we coming for you, Yeti!
Just like that. Everybody go Yeti. Oh no, I got too many things in my hand. You're perfect. And now
15 minutes.
through Disney's Animal Kingdom, a large mountain stands tall over the park. This is Expedition Everest. The high-thrill roller coaster is themed around Mount Everest and the Yeti, who supposedly lurks the area. The attraction took 6 years of construction and planning before it opened. The project was officially announced on April 22, 2003, during the Animal Kingdom's 5-year celebration. Imagineers, biologists, and conservation experts made trips to China and the southern Himalayas for research to find out more on the history of the Yeti and also the study of plants and animals of the area. They also visited several areas of Asia near Everest for ideas for the area that would surround the ride. Imagineers also studied golden monkeys and prehistoric apes for the inspiration for the Yeti.
When Expedition Everest was constructed, it stood 199 feet tall, the tallest artificial mountain in the world. It took 38 miles of rebar, 10,000 tons of concrete, and 500 tons of structural steel to build the attraction. It also holds the Guinness World Record for most expensive roller coaster in the world, as it cost $100 million to make.
$100 million!
When it came to the Yeti, many designs were considered based on their research, and when completed, the Imagineers had the most sophisticated audio animatronic character ever created at 22 feet tall. Expedition Everest officially began trips up the mountain on April 7, 2006, in the Asia section of the park.
The village of Anandapur is split into 2 sections. Anandapur, which hosts the attractions Kali River Rapids, Flights of Wonder, and the Maharaja Jungle Trek. Past there is the Circus Zong area, where guests will notice tall buildings and bazaars to set the theme of the attraction. The queue for Expedition Everest is one of the most detailed in any theme park. It starts out at the Himalaya Escapes Travel Agency, which turns into a replica temple. Guests then enter the Yeti Museum, which contains information on the creature and a footprint mold. Tons of artifacts from the Nepal trip can be found in the museum as well.
Riders board the 34-person train, which are made to look old and rusty, from the Anandapur rail service. The train departs the station, and guests begin the ascent up the lift to the Forbidden Mountain. On the way up, murals of the Yeti are seen. Once up the lift, the train turns into a tunnel. When the train comes out, it comes to a halt, and riders find the tracks have been torn apart. The train only stops a few seconds before the train begins to travel backwards through the mountain. Once in a large cave, riders witness the shadow of the Yeti tearing up more of the track. The train then goes forward again, going down large drops and a few twists and turns until finally coming into the final cave, where they come face to face with the Yeti.
Right. Expedition Everest is the second coaster in a Disney park to go backward. The first being Indiana Jones et le Temple du Péril, backwards at Disneyland's Paris. However, it is the first in Disney Parks history to switch tracks during the ride. As long as you're healthy enough and can handle the roller coaster portions, make sure not to miss Expedition Everest.
Whoop, whoop.
Expedition Everest is one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. We'll start with that. I love the whole setup, the whole queue, just everything about this ride I love. I love the fact that there's these storyline of the Yeti, and that you get to see a glimpse of him, even if he doesn't work. Let's hope they get that fixed. But yeah, just the ride itself, the going backwards, just where you stop at the track, and I edited it out of the last show, but I love that I just found out that a bald eagle comes up right before you go backwards. I just love everything about this ride. I really do. And then of course the Yeti itself. It's funny because the first time I went on this ride was with my aunt and my cousin, and my aunt didn't see the Yeti, and we're like, how did you not see the Yeti? He's like humongous right above the end of the ride. But it's weird because sometimes I think he's over here, sometimes I think he's over here. Anyway. You get a glimpse of the Yeti, let's say. You don't see him full on Pirates of the Caribbean audio animatronic. And plus you go by pretty fast. But yeah, I never go on Expedition Everest once. I always get right back on. It's one of those rides. Like I use a fast pass, and then I'll get right back on into the single riders line. Or if it's only like a 20-minute wait, I'll wait. You know, I just always have to go back on. I have to go on at least twice per vacation, and that's been 3 vacations now since I've been on it the first time. So definitely one of my favorite things. Oh, one thing I did when you go up the first lift hill, it's interesting. People were saying, look, you can see like Tower of Terror and Spaceship Earth and all that. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm looking at the ride. I'm not really looking around all my surroundings. Of course, you can see all of the Animal Kingdom that you're up. You do go up pretty high. My grandmother, God bless her. She obviously wouldn't go on this ride, but we're going up there, and she thought you had to climb it. I'm like, I wouldn't be going on it if you had to climb that thing. She's like, how do you get up there? You gotta climb the thing? No, it's a roller coaster. See the cars going up the big hill? I said, no one would be climbing that thing.
I like the queue.
Well, yeah.
No, I have been in the queue. I know I told Wes off air. I have gotten on the chicken exit. I am a fan of all of the chicken exits on pretty much any scary ride. I don't like scary rides. But I have done the chicken exit on Expedition Everest. I like the queue. So I think the theming's cool. And I like, even like outside of the queue, the whole area with the flags. And then, one of my favorite spots is as you go down out of the tunnel, and you'll have to correct me because I don't know what part of the ride this is. But as you go down the tunnel, when you go down and then you quickly go right back up, like you kind of twist and then go right back up. I like sitting, there's like a pair of rocks, and I know I posted this picture on the Instagram. There's like a rocks and there's little benches carved out. That's as close to Expedition Everest as I will ever get. So I like the view from there. I'm dead serious. I don't think I can handle that ride.
It's actually not that bad.
Well, maybe one day I'll be...
Rock and Roller Coaster is worse than that.
Yeah, and I still don't know how I ever went on that, so...
Yeah. It's... yeah. It's not... I mean, it's a thrilling ride. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on for many reasons. But I've been on a lot wilder than that. But the whole going backwards thing is different. And it always makes me... I shouldn't say it makes me squeal like a little girl, but... but,
let's be honest.
It makes me do a belly laugh. There we go. Because I usually laugh anytime I'm on a ride, and that makes me... I don't fear it.
People around you that are scared.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's screaming and I'm laughing. So I'm that guy. So if you've ever been on Expedition Everest and there's a guy laughing maniacally next to you, it was probably me. Yes, definitely when in Disney's Animal Kingdom. And if you're definitely a fan of roller coasters, Expedition Everest is a must-ride experience. So we wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. We all hope you have a good weekend and don't get trampled over on Black Friday. And hope you can stomach sitting with your relatives for a few hours. I know I'll have to. Yes, have a good Thanksgiving. And Jen, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at JenMia83 on Twitter.
You can follow our other hitchhiking host, Mandy, at Mandy Disney on Twitter, and her Flickr is Storybook Princess. And for me, follow me at Wes A-List on Twitter, and I'll be starting up my movie reviews one of these days again. YouTube.com/Westside515. Just check what's there. And of course, our hitchhiking host links at HitchHostShow for Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook or like us, whatever. Facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Subscribe to us here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram at HitchHostShow, which I will be posting more on there shortly. So until next time, don't forget to...
Hurry back, hurry back.
for another episode.
Bye.